Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today here I have with me the Realme Narzo 30A, and as promised in the last video I did on this phone that I would give you my opinion or the long-term review of this phone after this phone gets the Android 11 update. I did say that in that video that I'm not sure whether this phone would get the Realme UI 2.0 update, but to my surprise it came out since. But the open beta, the closed beta, anything that was coming out for this phone, any kind of beta that wasn't available here. But as soon as even the stable build was announced in like I thought it would be only limited right now to the to India, but surprisingly it did come out. So I'll just show you here. When I go to the software update page, it will take some time to load. Like you can see here, it says Realme UI 2.0 Android 11, and this phone has been updated to the security update of August. Like this before on Android 10, it was on July update never came out for this phone, but it got updated to August security patch with the Realme UI 2.0 update. And I'll even show you here the the what do you say, the Android, the Easter egg that you get. Like this is the Easter egg for Android 11. This you have to try a couple times like this. So you can see this is Android 11 on this phone right here. So I'll tell you what different options you get with this phone, and what I think about this, whether the phone has gotten slow, whether it has gotten fast. Let me just focus right here. So as you can see here, like you can see that I have installed a custom icon pack. This is one of the main things that I was waiting for or looking forward to. The reason I was looking forward to the update on this phone is because prior to Android 11 there wasn't any option where you could install a custom icon pack on the default launcher whichever came on your phone. For that you had to install a custom launcher and then install an icon pack, but because of that the phone might get sluggish, some animations might not work properly. That's why it wasn't that much of a good experience. But now it's built in. Like Google even gave this option in their stock pixel launcher on Android 11, and this is coming out on every single phone. So when I hold this option, the way you can change is you can hold this screen like when you do for the wallpaper, and you see all these different options which are showing up as you can see here. But when you go to icons, this is the page where you can change the icon pack. Whichever icon pack you want to install, just download it and it will show up here. Like if you choose the default, this is the one that is by default. You can see here the Realme UI default icon look, and you can change to any other option, but I like this one with the black wallpaper on it. It gives it a nice look to the phone. And it also on Android 10, on this phone especially, there wasn't any option to get a live wallpaper uh, pre-installed. You had to use some Google wallpapers application to get it. But when you get the update, when you choose the wallpaper, you get the option to get any kind of live wallpaper you want. So this, and the best part of this wallpaper is that you get the black wallpaper. This is a live wallpaper, but it looks like a static wallpaper at first. But when you start using it, touch your fingers on it or use any, so you see some animation on this wallpaper. So it's kind of not using that much of battery, and it's with this icon pack and with this wallpaper you get a kind of good look on this phone. And this is the reason why I was waiting for the Android 11 update. And there's a lot of changes, like the notification center. That's one of the things that always changes with every Android update, and this is the one of the major ones that you can notice. And right now I don't have any wireless headphones connected to it, but if I have those connected, right on the top here you can see you will get an option, like you can, without disconnecting the earphones, you can get an option whether you want to use the speaker of the phone, whether you want to use any headphones that are connected to this phone. So that's one of the good options. And there's a lot of changes in the settings. Like when you open settings, some of the options have been replaced. You can see a personalization option right here, not this one, like right here. And once this page loads up, like you can change the wallpaper, the color scheme, the icon style, the font style, the app layout, the colors, all these options, even this option. You can choose the way the icon style, like these icons right over here, which kind of icons do you want. So these are the things that weren't available, or maybe they were available on some launches before Android 11. But this one now, these options are now like universal. Like every single phone, whether it's a stock Pixel phone or a phone that has any kind of launcher on it, this will have those options. Yes, there are some phones that might not give those options to you. That depends on the manufacturer who makes that phone and the skin on it. So those are the main things. There are a lot of other options that are added, like in the Realme Lab option you get this sleep capsule option, which is in Android 11, and you even get some battery charging options. These options were there before. These three were newly added, and this is also the new one option. Which and because of this, the main benefit that you get that is that when if you have a regular charging pattern, by regular charging pattern I mean like you put your phone on charging by maybe 3 o'clock, and you get it off the charger by 7 o'clock. So once, like, if you plug it in at 3 o'clock, and maybe the phone will get filled up by 5 o'clock. But because you have been using this phone for quite some time, with this update it's obvious that you need to get this update, so that you get this option and get it to working. So over time what this phone will do is that it will learn your charging habits, and like you plug it in at 3 o'clock and it gets full by 5, instead of going staying at one reaching 100% and staying at 100% all the time till the time you take it off the charger at 7 o'clock. Instead of doing that, that way the battery is damaged a lot. But in this way, what the phone will do is, if it's getting full by 5 o'clock, what it'll do is stay at, maybe when once it reaches 80% it will stay at that. And when the time by which you'll take it off, it comes in like by 7 o'clock. So maybe by 6 o'clock you'll start charging again, slowly and slowly reach 100% before you take it off the charger. So that's the way the phone, like, this is one of those artificial intelligence things. The phone will learn over time and try to improve your battery experience. Yes, one thing's for sure, the phones that came with Android 10 and now are updated to Android 11, they will have some battery degradation. So this option might not be that much useful for those people, because before the update they already had a lot of charging cycles on it, and a lot of battery damage might have been already done. But in the future, like when they get the next phone with Android 11 pre-installed, that they will have this option, and this option will be turned on. They can turn it on before even any charge cycle is on the battery. Like for example, the Infinix Note 10, which I showed you in my previous videos, that phone came with Android 11 out of the box, and that phone had an option for the same similar kind of option, but with a different kind of name, but did the same thing. But the thing was that as soon as the phone reached 100%, instead of keep on charging it, it would give you a notification that the battery is full and the power is disconnected, even though you did not take out the port of the phone. But the software automatically detected and just turned off the current which was coming from the charger. So that way the battery health is staying good. So over time, like, maybe you will be like, what's the benefit of having this? If you're keeping a phone for a few years, that's the point. If you keep it for a few years, the battery degradation which will happen over those years, if you have that option from the start, you will, like, if you have two phones, one without that option and one with that option, the one without that option will, the battery life will degrade quickly. Like, if at start you were getting 6 hours of screen on time, after a few years you'll get maybe very power saving, you might get 2 hours of screen on time. But with the other phone with that option, if you're getting 6 hours of screen on time at the start, you might get 5 hours of screen on time few years later, just because you had that option and you were using it, and you would also doing all kind of power saving things. Another thing, like, these are the things that mainly you will notice on this phone, or any phone that got the update. And one thing that I did notice is that uh, the performance, when I compared this phone with the Android 10 and Infinix Note 10 with Android 11, was that the performance was a little bit higher on this phone compared to Infinix Note 10. But since this phone got updated to Android 11, the performance has decreased and has gone down than what you would get on the Infinix Note 10. And I kind of expected that, but I hoped that maybe it might not happen, but it did. This is, and here I can tell you that the reason why people avoid Android is because of this. Like, the degradation of performance is kind of a lot. Like, opening any kind of application, like social media, anything, I did notice a delay. Over time, it did get good, but not to the point where it was back at that level where it was before the update. So that's the thing you have to keep in mind when you get update this phone. You have to be ready for any slowdowns or some sluggishness in the phone. But it's not that much that you would be like, I hate Android, I have but some people are really sensitive. Like when they see this, they are like, oh, no, I want to. The iPhone is way better than this. So that's one of the things that you'll notice some sluggishness. Like I'll open the Antutu benchmark. Like before the update, it would get around 170 something or 170 plus, 175, 177. Now it's 168, and this before this it was 166. So there is a performance degradation on N2 on Geekbench. Like you just saw the delay in opening the application. That's one of the things that you will severely notice. Like this is like before the update on Android 10, like this one, and this was like this is the before update, and these are after update. You on Geekbench it's not that much of a difference. On Geekbench it's not that much of a difference, but over time, like in the Antutu gives you a good look, because Antutu runs, very heavily on this phone, runs 4K video, a lot of things that to test this phone, and that really shows the performance of this phone. So overall, the performance did go down, but at least this phone is still very good for the person who still wants to use it, or anyone who was thinking to whether they should update to it or not. They can if they want, but the only thing is that they have to be prepared for any kind of slowdowns on this phone. That's it. But rest of the things I like this, the ability to install icon packs, the new look of the notification center, all these things are really good. And I think you should update to it if you're waiting, if you were on the looking for a video or opinion of someone who whether they should update to it. They should. And you are also getting the latest security patch, and you should get it. That's my opinion about it. And this phone will still, I don't know whether this phone will get Android 12 or not. I'm not so sure about that, but at least it did get the Android 11 update, and it's running at a very okay level. It's not that like that whether you when you update it, it just gets very slow, very sluggishness, some RAM issues, or yeah, one maybe rarely there might be some issue related to RAM or something not working properly, but it will after that it will work fine when you restart this phone. And that's one of the things that happens with every phone, even the flagship phones. After getting an update, they will slow down a little bit. But on the flagship phone, you'll be like, I don't want any kind of sluggishness. Or people are like, I spent this much amount of money, I don't want any sluggishness for the next few years. But on the budget side, if you even get any sluggishness, you'll be like, okay, I'll use this phone later, I'll upgrade to another phone. So that's, if you feel a little bit of sluggishness, no issue in that. So that's my opinion. And if you did get the update on this phone, you should update to it. And if you have, if you and if you update to it, do let me know your experience about this, about the Android 11 update on this phone. And I'll compare this phone with Infinix Note 10, because this phone now has Android 11, and the Infinix Note 10 also has Android 11, and the Poco X3 NFC also got the Android 11 update. So I'll compare this phone with this update to Poco X3 NFC and the Infinix Note 10 in the next videos. So that's all for today. Thank you, Allah Hafiz.